Okay, how to avoid having a bad trip. This question comes up quite a bit, and there's a lot of misinformation out there about it, and there's a lot of rumors, a lot of stories, same fucking stories that I've been hearing since high school too. That was a long time ago, so yes, there's still the same stories. Still, everybody's friend has a friend who's permanently tripping, and still everybody has these, remedies and old wives' tales. Same shit. I'm surprised they haven't really changed much, actually. But here's the real thing. We're talking about psychedelics, right? But I guess you can apply this to a lot of different drugs too, but mainly talking about psychedelics. How to avoid having a bad trip. First thing would be not to do too much, right? I mean, that's the number one way, right? Especially if you're not experienced with it. I think it's cool to take heroic doses of shit. I mean, I've been known to do it myself, but if you're not really prepared or used to it, I would be a little cautious. I don't know, with something like LSD or shrooms, I don't think you're gonna hurt yourself like by overdosing, so to speak, on it. I mean, it's hard to say if you can overdose. I mean, I've taken too much shrooms and been sick. Same with LSD. But does it overdose? I don't know. Either way, but you can scare the shit out of yourself, and it's not too hard to do, especially if you're not used to it. Like for somebody who's never done LSD, I mean, I wouldn't take any more than like one. I wouldn't take any more than one the first time. Same with shrooms. Like I wouldn't take any more than like 2 grams first time. That's pretty solid. I mean, now certain people are more sensitive to shit than others. But that's just don't overdo it. Also, if you're doing, again, this applies to psychedelics, but if you're doing LSD, shrooms, some people like to mix it with like weed. Some people like to mix it with other things, but I don't know. I've always had bad experiences mixing it with weed. But then again, I'm very sensitive to weed. Weed, even by itself, I got to be careful because it'll cause me to have anxiety attacks if I get too stoned. Which I never have anxiety attacks unless I'm stoned, which is weird. Just one of those things. Even when when I smoked weed every day, I never smoked that much. But anyway, that's just me. But I've seen some people the same way with on acid. I've seen people like, my buddies, I'm taking like 2 or 3 hits and they're taking like one and like losing their shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, you pussy? No, I'm just joking. But you know what I'm saying? Like they're just more sensitive to whatever. I don't know. I'm not very sensitive to acid. I can take a lot. But shrooms, you'd think they'd be the same, right? Not me. Shrooms I'm pretty sensitive to. Anything more than like heavy dose for me is about 3.5, about 1/8. But anything over 5, I'm about to lose my shit. I just know, but I know that because I didn't jump in there doing 5. I jumped in there doing 2, and then I tried 3, and then I tried 4, and then I tried 5, and I'm like, okay, back the fuck up now. We go back to 3. It is what it is. Also, to have a you don't need a trip sitter. Well, I mean, it's fun to trip with your boys and your friends, whatever, and your homies, but I don't know. I think to get the most out of at least what I trip for nowadays, I usually don't get me wrong. I party for fun. But I like to, if I have a mission, I don't like to be with people because they're distracting. So if I'm on a mission to something spiritual, if you want to say that, or something along those lines, or, soul searching or being introspective trip or whatever, or even an artistic one, I don't want to be bothered with other people. Especially because I'm usually the fucking trip sitter, and that sucks. But they don't even know, the trip sitter would be taking twice as much as you. You just don't know. No, but seriously, another thing is to if you want somebody to be around, cool. But to have a backup plan. Someone was talking shit about this on Reddit. The dude was like, oh, you're ruining the drug if you have a come down, right? If you have a come down, you're ruining the drug. It's I don't know. I kind of get it. I kind of see what he's saying because that's part of the drug, right? To experience the full effect of the drug, even if you do too much, you got to experience come down. Yes and no. It's kind of cheating. It's kind of taking the easy way out. But I don't see anything wrong with fucking cheating, man. There's been plenty of nights where fucking Xanax and NyQuil were my fucking buddy. They were my homies. I remember, laying on the back, not on LSD or hallucinogens, but on other drugs, laying on my back, staring at the fucking ceiling fan. Wish I didn't do that last line. And you're fucking half drunk and you got to be at work in 3 hours, and I'm just like, by the time you're not going to fucking fall asleep. It's going to close your eyes and your alarm's going to go off and you're just going to be like, why did I do that? Line up that chick's tits. No, I'm joking. Did I say that? No, it never happened like that. But, so it's have a come down. I think it's there. I don't want to take it, but I got no problem fucking tapping out. Tap out. Bam, bam. I tap out all the time because then if you tap out, you come back and fight again. Right? You know what I'm saying? So That's what I would, I mean, test your drugs, right? But I don't know. I never tested my drugs. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying when I used to buy a lot of psychedelics, like say LSD, we didn't really test drugs. I'm sure some people did, but that was not common. But then again, the information wasn't as available, right? There wasn't the internet, so communication was very slow, and it's the word of mouth. I don't know how to fucking test LSD. I mean, I did on my tongue. That's how we called it, window pane, blotter, micro, this, whatever, and that's how we knew how strong they were. But yeah, you're right. You should test your drugs if you can. But yeah, and also make sure you're in a good headspace. I should have said this one first. This is probably the most important one. Make sure you're in a good headspace. If you're stressed out, you have anxiety, you want to be free. You don't want to be, bogged down with stress and worries. Even if it's like, oh, I got to go to work in 8 hours. Well, maybe you should wait. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you don't want those worries, you don't want like, don't do it if you're fucking fighting with your girlfriend. Don't fucking, fucking lock that fucking chick in the closet. No, I'm joking. But well, am I? I don't know. But I'm just saying, make sure you're in the right headspace. Go into it and make sure you want to have fun. If you're excited about going into it and you're looking forward to fucking doing it, then the odds of you actually having a good time and not a bad time are in your favor. Big time. Big time. If you go into it and you're all stressed and you're like, I only took half a hit. I took a whole hit. Should I have just taken half a hit? No. Because then you're already fucking yourself. Right? And, that's it. Some people like to smoke weed with it. I don't, because that's almost a guaranteed I'm going to have a bad trip. When I say bad, that doesn't necessarily mean like you're going to freak the fuck out and wind up in a mental institution. No. That's just fucking, those are fairy tales. Those are old wives' tales I've heard since high school. Although everybody says they know somebody, nobody actually knows anybody. So, not to say that you can do, heroic doses of drugs and be okay. I'm just saying most of that shit's way bullshit. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, you just have fun. Be safe, and that's the best way to not have a bad trip is what I just said, and yeah, and go in there with the expectation of having a good time. That's it. But I mean, it's nothing, no shame in tapping out either. I mean, all right, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Bye. Oh yeah, and if you have one of those fucking annoying friends that always likes to fuck with people, like when they're high, and just fucking annoys everybody. Yeah, you don't want that guy around. If he does show up, fucking just kick him right in the balls. Kick him in the balls really hard, and that'll probably be the last time he ever fucks with you while you're high.